Man, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Earl. Ashley, appreciate that. Appreciate that. You guys can hear me now. Somebody give me a yes or no on the whether or not you can hear me. Um, just waiting for that to come through. I think it's good. I turned the mic on here. I'm still getting used to this guy, so it's cool. All right, perfect, perfect. All right, cool. What's going on, Edward? Earl, Ashley, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? All right, cool. So twofold on this thing, man. Like every time that we do this, I want to be able to make sure that we're addressing questions. So just so you have some, I guess, a sense of how this thing works. When you guys type something, it takes about 10 to 15 seconds for it to actually show up on my side. So go ahead, and if you have questions now, before more people come on here, go ahead and type those questions in so we can start. I can start answering those questions. We'll go right behind us on the whiteboard. We'll go back and forth until, I promise you, until you understand what's going on. I'll do my best, and if I don't know the answer, then I'll point you in the right direction where to find the answer. So if you have questions, go ahead, start typing those questions now. I'm just going to answer them in the order that I get them. Please forgive me. Sometimes a whole bunch of stuff will come in at the exact same time, and I might not see it. But I just wanted to be, just try to get through as many questions as possible. So for you guys who kept just popping on here, we saw we got about a couple more people to pop on here. We're going to be talking about all things real estate, all things wholesale, all things. If you're a real estate agent, been a real estate agent. I was a real estate agent since 2008. Wholesaling for the last 4.5 years. Now starting to get into larger because of my involvement in being a principal and the CMO, the chief marketing officer for a Black-owned bank that does heavily in large acquisitions, 50 units or more. I'm starting to get a lot of insight onto that and development as well. So I'm not the best on the development side and big and large acquisitions, but I definitely can point you in the right direction. So we want to be able to have an environment for every Wednesday. I want to give you guys no fluff, just straight up every Wednesday at 7 p.m. The real deal. Ask your questions and make sure that you stay on here so you can get your questions answered. All right. So if nobody got any questions right now, we're going to start talking about how that we can start to utilize software and how I'm utilizing software. Yes, Money Ave, correct. So how do I utilize software to my advantage? Okay. Some of you guys have some of the software, but there are other things out there. Who in here is familiar with, and I know it's going to take a little bit of time, who in here is familiar with PropStream, right? Who in here is familiar with PropStream? If you're familiar with PropStream, just put a 1 in the chat, and let me see who's utilizing that now, who's familiar with it or utilizing it now. Put a 1 in the chat so I can talk about that, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to utilize that. Yusef, what's up, Yusef? So Yusef says he's utilizing. Ashley's using it. Stan is using it. Cool. Rel, what's good? So cool. So there's ways that you can take those lists from PropStream. And I know, Dinar, what's up? I know you can take lists from PropStream, right? You'll obviously skip trace them. You can skip trace them through PropStream. I know they charge a little bit extra, or you can skip trace them through other sources. You shouldn't really be paying any more than like 14, 15 cents per skip. But you can go ahead and utilize PropStream to pull that data because you're paying a set fee. Like it's $99 a month. And I think you get up to 10,000 records that you can pull, and you can download. Now you're not going to utilize all 10,000. You're not going to skip trace all. Well, if you have that type of a budget, you can. But most people are not going to skip trace all 10,000, especially in the beginning names. What they're going to do is they're going to segment it, right? They're going to segment the leads that are the most valuable to them. So let's just say, because of the climate right now, a good list to pull would be a landlord list, a tired landlord list. Okay, how do you know that they're landlords? Okay, on PropStream, and actually, let me see if I can pull up PropStream. Computer knows me. As soon as I typed in the letter P, it pulled up. And I promise I'm going to share my screen here. I just want to get it set up first. So what you can do is you can pull this tired landlord list or a landlord list. Man, this is taking a long time to load. I logged in, but it's taking a while. While that's baking, I'll go ahead and just talk to you guys here while that's loading. What's going to happen is that you'll pull that list. As soon as you go in there, you can obviously pick your area, your geographical area, your zip code, or whatever you want to do. And then you're going to go ahead and click on one of the first things that when you hit the filter button, which looks like it's opening up now. So I want to make sure, can you guys, let me see, stop sharing here. Can you guys see my screen now? Prop stream. And let me turn it on. There we go. Okay, cool. Hopefully, let me know, put a 1 in the chat real quick if you guys can see prop stream here. If you guys can see that, let me know. I just want to make sure, because this is my first time. Okay, cool. It said yes. All right, perfect. So let me go back over here where I can utilize it at. All right, so let's just say we want to go to St. Louis. Right. And I got this huge area, right? There's a ton of data in here. There's, so many different people that are in this. Is 22,369 that are on MLS right now, 175 in pre-foreclosure, 174 up for auction, 1,905 bank-owned, 61,449 cash buyers, 4,400 liens, 18,554 that are vacant, and then you got over 250,000 that are high equity. All right. Now let me just make sure, because I'm in a different screen, so I cannot see you guys here. You guys are able to see what I'm looking at, even when I click over. Right. I just want to make sure, because I don't want to go through all this and then come back and you'd be like, oh no, we didn't see any of that. So once I click off the screen, I just want to make sure, because I can't interact with it here. Nope. That's weird. Okay. So I'm going to go back over to the other screen. All right. So how do I find out these landlords? Okay. So you go here to the filters. Right here underneath this filter, the very first thing that you're going to see on the left-hand side is owner occupied. All right. So owner occupied, if a landlord, if someone who's renting the home out, okay, someone is renting the home out, they are the owner, right? They're the owner, but they would not be occupying the property because they're renting it out. So for owner occupied, this is going to be no. Okay. So occupancy status, I want it as occupied. If I put it as vacant, then this could be owner. This could be owner occupied no, and it'd be vacant, and they're just not renting it. It just might be an abandoned house. But this is saying that, hey, there are people that are occupying this property, and the people that are occupying this property are not the owner. So what does that lead them? There's maybe a few of them are going to just be family members, but the vast majority of them are going to be landlords, right? Now I want to go down to and find out property characteristics. So I'm going to hit residential, all right, especially for most real estate agents and wholesalers, all right, and our property types. I like to stick with the single family, and I might do a townhouse, right? I'm sorry. And we can do these too. I will upload these here 2 to 4 as well. All right. What's going to happen here is you're going to start to see your list dwindle down, right? Now we're already down to 95,941 leads so far. Okay. Let me just swing back to the chat. Just want to make sure we all good. We all good. You guys are with me. Cool. It's really weird because when I'm looking at the prop stream, I cannot see the chat, so I can't see if there's a problem or anything like that. So you guys just keep giving me some feedback that we'll get back, and I'll periodically click back and forth. Okay, so if we're going to do this, all right, cool. We got this here. This is going to be our single family condo or townhouse. I'd rather have townhouses and up to 4 bedrooms. Okay, I'm sorry, up to 4 units. Okay, so now we're not talking about large 100-unit apartment complexes or anything like that. You're starting to see what some of these properties are looking at, right? Now, if you really only want to go after single families, right, then you could just click off these 2 and only have single families. If I did that right now, we'll take that number down to to 65,000. So it knocked off about 35,000 people. Okay, so let's just say we want to do this, right? We can do both. If you have prop stream, you can go ahead, and if you don't have prop stream, it's $99 for the first 7 days is free, and I will send you a link so that you can join up for it. Just to be honest with you, you don't get a price break. Actually, you do get a price break. It's like $2 price break, but I get a little something on the back end, so I'll put that in there as well. But let's say we want a single family, and we want because we know that the average the average person here, the average investor is not buying, they're not buying $1 million properties, right? We're not even going to mess around with the multifamily plus or the apartment houses 100. Yes, obviously this is going to be landlords obviously here, but we're not going to play around with that unless that's your thing. If that's your thing, then click on those things and by all means have at it, okay? I don't really care about this, but what I do care about is I want them off market. So it says on market, yes, no, any. I'm going to say no. I don't want them on market. You're going to see that number is going to dwindle down. 64. It took about 1,000 off. Okay. So on market, another trick that you can do, which is a good one, is that you could put it as listed. So we could put on market, yes, right? And you can do listed below, or you can put on market any, because that probably would include them all. Listed below market price, yes. All right. Meaning that some of these people, you see how that number went down a lot, 6,371. The beauty about this one and utilizing this software, and the beauty about this thing is that you're showing them, hey, this was either possibly on market or might have been off, but either way, it's listed below market and it still didn't sell. It's still like this thing right here. And if you add this failed listing in, if you want to go from, let's say, put them on market anywhere between last 5 was 20. What were we in 2021? Oops, come on. Let's see what this takes it down. It takes it down to 874. All right. So at one point between these last couple of years, right, these last about 4 years, these people have put this thing on the market. It was listed below price. Okay. And this is a failed listing. Okay. So I hope you guys can see how we're starting to niche in. Now, some of these have been resold since then. We understand that. But we went from 95,000 records down to 874. And all we're trying to do is we're trying to just niche this thing to us a manageable list that we can utilize. Because I'm going to show you a software where you can take this information and dump it in there. Okay. And then we can get this thing, first skip trace it and then dump it in there. All right. Ownership info. You can play around with this. Years owned, typically anywhere between, landlords, especially tired landlords. A lot of these people, if you got rid of this MLS one where we did the failed listing, a lot of these landlords, they've owned these properties for 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years. And now they're getting to a point where they're older and they're tired. They're ready to give this thing up. These are things let me just go back where I can see people. These are things that I want you guys to be thinking about when you're pulling a list. Too many times people are just pulling a list and they're not actually putting any thought to what that avatar, what that individual looks like. Think about what a tired looks like. I want everybody to picture what a tired landlord looks like. Okay, where do you think they're living at? What do you think are some of their problems? What age range are they in, right? When did they start investing? When do you think they purchased the property, right? These are all things that are going to, as you start to niche down and start to think about who you want to market to, you'll be able to weed out a whole bunch of the trash, right? And just to find out, okay, these are the core people I want to talk with. These are the ones right here, because I'm going off of this specific tired landlord list, right? I'm going after this specific empty nester list. That's another good list, right? Look at empty nester lists, people who have high equity in their property, and they're now at that 45, 50, 60 range where they had kids and it's time for them to downsize, right? They had this nice big house and they just want to hurry up and get rid of it and move, to Mexico. Okay. So these are things that you can be thinking about when you're building these lists. Okay. So let me go back over here. So here, if you wanted to play around with that, years of ownership, right? If you're doing single family homes, we understand that people tend to move up and upgrade their home every 5 to 7 years. So I would like to play around with this, right? Years of ownership would be a minimum of 5 years, because I know a first-time home buyer, they get in there, husband and wife, and they don't have any kids, or they might have one kid, and now all of a sudden 5 years later they got 3 kids, and now they need to get a bigger home. Okay, for real estate agents, these are good lists, right? For you to contact them before they contact you. Okay, we can play with all these sales dates, but let's just say hypothetically, we're good with this, right? We're good with these 874 properties, right? All failed listings. They failed. This one right here just failed on the 4th, right? There's a failed listing for 310, and it was listed because remember we put the criteria that it was listed below market value. So they're saying that this one was worth more than $310,000. It was listed below what it was worth, and it still did not sell. Who in here can think about how they can utilize that property and get a deal done, right? It's already listed below what it was worth, and it still didn't sell. That means this person tried to sell. They wanted to sell. Think about the psychology of it. You don't have to wonder whether or not they want to sell or not. They do want to sell, and they tried to sell for probably 6 months, and they couldn't get the job done. Now you can come in here and say, listen, we might be able to get you this, and guess what? We don't, that 310, they were going to take 6%, right? They're going to take 6% of that 310, which is a little over $18,000, right? We might be able to work something out where we can make our money on the back end where it still makes sense for you. Okay. So anyway, you can take these properties and we click them on, and then we can add them to this list, right? We'll go ahead and add them to a list. We can create a new list. I'm not going to do it here, right? But you just name the list that you want. You hit save and boom, it's done. Okay. And this would be my, tired landlord, my St. Louis tired landlord list, right? Of 20, between 2017, 2021, right? And so I would go over here and I would go to my properties, and I would look at all the properties that I have, and I would just pretend that list is in there. And I would go ahead and I would pull one of these lists. And then I'm going to just simply pull this thing, export it, and then skip trace it. Now you can skip trace it straight through PropStream. I'm not quite sure how expensive that is, but I specifically use PropStream to gather data. It's like a national MLS system, except for certain states. Okay, certain states it doesn't get information on, but that's why they give you the 7-day free trial. So after I get this data, think about how good this data, that list that I just pulled, not this particular one, that list that I just pulled, people that have failed listings that wanted to sell below market price. Now I can take that data, I can get it skip traced. And now what I can do here, let me go back over here and turn this here. Let's share another screen here. And now I can take that data and I can stick it into a CRM like this. All right. So this is one of our clients that we're running ads for, and she's using our software called Connectly. Okay. If you guys are interested, you can go to connectly.com and you can get the software here. Right. So What happens is that right now, people are coming in, they're responding to her, but she could have just literally updated. She could have went here and went to contacts, right? And she could have updated and uploaded a list of people, right? She literally could have just went here and just take that same exact list that I just talked about that she exported from PropStream, and she could add this into here, okay? And then it would populate just like this. And when that happens, she's going to get an update of all the people that are in her list. Now, from there, she can go into her marketing campaign and she can send out a campaign, or she can either add them to a campaign, or she can do a bulk request, and she can create a bulk request based off of the name of the list, whatever I said it was, St. Louis, whatever it was. Actually, obviously I didn't download it, so it's not in here. And then she can stick them into one of the many campaigns that she has, right? And when she does that, what's going to happen is that they're going to start getting text messages, okay? So they're going to start getting text messages. They're going to be standard text messages, right? And boom, they'll start getting something like this. Hey, this is Edgar. This is Fennell. Hey, Edgar, I'm sorry. This is Fennell Hayes with the real estate company, blah, 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 right? And they're going to start automatically getting these things. As you can see, this, oops, hold on. It said I can't see the screen. Oh my goodness. Let me start over then. All right. What's the website? Okay, here we go. Let me start over here with this. I apologize for that. I'm still trying to learn how to use this software here. All right, let me go back. So I want you to think about, this is a real client that she started with us. It's been less than a month. Okay. This is another, I'm gonna talk another tactic here. But these are all people that are have responded to an ad, and that ad says, hey, basically, do you want to sell your home? Are you interested in getting a cash offer in your home? Okay. This is what those leads would be worth. Some of them a little bit more, some of them a little bit less. Okay. So she started a little bit less than a month ago. So this is where she's at. But what I want you to focus on is not just this, because this ain't your money, so it don't do nothing for you. But I want you to focus on how you can utilize the system. And I appreciate you, whoever that was that texted me. Thank you. So what I want you to see here is you can take that list. I want you to picture that list, okay? And you can go into your contacts, all right? And you can add them into your contacts, okay? You can add these individuals into your contacts. You just go ahead and, take that CSV file and you just add them into the contact, right? You can download, import contacts right here. And when you import them, you can actually tag them right here and say, hey, this is, what did I name it? St. Louis, tire landlord list, right? And you can tag them and you'll see those tags right here, okay? As you can see, these came in with the tag Facebook, IG, lead, didn't book a call, all right? So you can name it or whatever you want, right? Then you can go ahead and you can go to add them to a campaign, right? Through here, you basically just check them and say, hey, I want them to go to this campaign, or you can do it right here in a bulk request. So you can create a bulk request. Let's say you named it, what was I name it? St. Louis, tire landlord, right? All right. And let's say you want to add that to the seller. Well, at this point, you might not have, you skip trace them. So you should have their phone number. So the seller, call, text, and voicemail. All right. I want to add them to that. Right. And I would select a date and time or when I want that to go out. I'm going to pick the contact type. Right. I'm going to pick out whatever that contact type is. I'm going to put the tag that I want. Okay. I'm going to add a tag in here. Seller lead, and then I would hit add. Okay. Now I'm not going to do this because I don't have a list that's actually uploaded, but you guys get the point. That list, I want you to picture that list that you just took from PropStream. You can now dump it into this, and now you're in conversations. You're getting text messages like these. Okay. So we scroll down here. You see there's just a whole bunch of messages, right? But let's just look at this one here in the beginning here. You got this standard message right here. Hi, Jonathan, this is Fennell. This is not her texting this. This is all the software doing this on her behalf. So they're getting text messages, right? And the beautiful thing is that what's happening is that they're getting these text messages, and then they're also following up, and she's following up with calls, and the calls are all recorded. So this one looks like it's probably a voicemail, but let's see here.
You mentioned you're interested in buying or selling a property. Is this a good time?
So there you go. So if you have virtual assistants, or even if you just want to get better, automatically this software is going to record all the calls. If you send out email correspondence, all the emails, if you want to respond to an email, all the emails are there. If you want to send in text messages, you can respond here in text messages. When you make phone calls, all the phone calls are recorded here. So all your communication that you're having with this particular client is in the same space. You don't have to go back and forth between all the different, I got my email over here. I got this text message in my phone. I called them, but I didn't remember what I said. All that stuff is right here. So for you to check, right? So this is what you can do. I just want to paint this picture with you again. Remember, we went to PropStream using software. Some of us are working so hard. Use the software to help make your life easier. Use the software. We pull PropStream leads. You found a niche list. You didn't just pull all of them. All right. This is important. Okay. You didn't just pull a crazy list. You pulled a niche list. You skip traced it. I use REI skip. That's my personal favorite. There's other things, but I use REI skip. You then got their name, their email address, the property address, their phone number. Dump that into a bulk request. Okay, well, at first upload them into your contacts, right? Upload them to a contacts, dump them into a bulk request, simply hit play, add them to a campaign, and then they're going to start to get automatic messages. Let me show you these automatic messages. So let's say a seller, call, text, right? So these are messages that you don't have to think about. They're automatically going to get these messages, okay? And you can customize these messages to what you want them to see. This is why we win, right? This is why we win, because while everybody is having to text or having to make phone calls manually or on Mojo, having to, sit there and with a triple line dialer be tied to the phone, we are only talking to people that want to sell, because I'm going to send this message to 1,000 people, right? I'm going to send this message to 1,000 people. Only people that want to sell their homes are going to respond. And when they respond, what happens is this: they go ahead and then we'll move them into the opportunities pipeline. So I get to see where they're at. So this is what I look. If they're a buyer, I get to move them over here. If they're a seller, right, and they came on Facebook, but we haven't spoken to them, they'll stay right here. If they're a seller that we spoke to, boom, we move them here, okay? And as we do this, I want you to see how this works. As we do this, we can just take this person for appointment set, and we literally drag and drop, all right? When I conducted the appointment, boom, we drag and drop. Once we get the contract signed, I drag and drop. So this is your pipeline. This is your CRM. Let me move this back before I forget, because this is a live account. This is your pipeline. This is your CRM. This is the way that you can keep track of your business. You can keep track of it here. If you want a larger, just a 30,000 foot view of what's happening in your business, you can keep track of it here. You can see what pending tasks you have, what phone calls you may need to make, what messages you need to catch up on. Where's your business coming from? If you're running Google ads, this person right here, we're only running Facebook, so she's not even importing the list. But imagine a software where you can build out marketing campaigns, where you can do all of that specifically based off of the individual that's coming into your business. Use software, guys. Like, listen to me. This right here is a game changer. It completely changes the games, because we've taken a basic software and we've not a basic software. We've taken a software and we've ramped it up, and we've implemented real estate stuff into it. So it's just tailored to do what real estate is. All these campaigns, when you come on here, you get these campaigns that are talking about real estate, right? They're only talking about real estate, whether or not you're a wholesaler or a real estate agent or broker. If you're a real estate agent or broker, you're going to have some different language, but you don't have to build these campaigns out, right? You don't have to build this stuff out. All right, if this is a buyer and they don't have a realtor, they're going to get these automatic messages. They're going to get these emails, right? You can go ahead. You don't have to worry about, oh man, do I have to build out all these email campaigns? It's done for you. This is why we get to sit back. We get to run ads. We could get to upload, prop stream, or we get to upload text messages. Lists, and then we just only speak to the ones that want to sell, while everybody else is trying to go through everybody. Those 874 people, I don't want to go through 874 people. I just want to go to the ones that want to talk to me about selling their property. Okay. And if you can see that, if that rings, if that resonates with you, you're like, oh man, that's smart. Stop beating yourself up, man. Let software work for you. So these are different things that you guys can do. I just want to also show you here because some people are going to be a little more involved. You have unlimited funnels. Like you can literally build out funnels to your heart's content, right? You can build out funnels, big, small. This is a very simple funnel. This is one that we use all the time. I love this funnel because it's very straightforward to the point, and it's in conjunction with our Facebook ads. So you might want to build out something a little bit more robust, but after they've read our copy on our Facebook ads, and after they've already given their name and their email and their phone number, we just want to get them on a scheduled call. So this literally is a very, I should just hit the other one. It's a very straightforward funnel. It's just a picture, right? Calling out their county, and then if they want to go ahead and sell their home. So if I was to click on this, if I was to go preview on this, I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Let me go back over here because I can't tell if you can see my screen or not. You can only see this one. Shoot. I don't know how to add another screen on here. I got to learn how to do that. Let me see here. So I want you to see what happens when I do this. Dang, this is the same one. Sorry about that. It's the next one. There's got to be a way for I can do this without having to go in and out. Which are you guys seeing the one where I'm let me just click on this. Are you guys seeing the one with the calendar? Because I can't tell. No, that's what you guys are seeing. Let me try this again. I promise you guys, I'm gonna get better at this, at using this software. Oh man! But it's important that you guys see what is happening on the back end. There we go. I think this is right. I got it. There we go. All right. Took me a little while. All right. So that first picture, when you clicked on that red button, it actually, and I'm not going to go all the way through with this process, but it's your scheduler. So you don't need Calendly anymore. You don't need some of these other third-party softwares because it's all in this, right? Which is saving you money. Okay. So all you got to do now is I'm gonna schedule a date. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do this because this is a live account and she'll get, I don't want to take that time away from her, but it'll do this and then I'll ask her a couple more questions. And then, but at this point it's done. Like they've scheduled their appointment. As soon as I hit this, right, they're going to ask them their names and it's going to schedule their appointment. So my point to this is that you like utilizing software, we can now make this thing streamline. All right. You can use, so Ashley, I'm just seeing your question. What's the name of the software again? I'm gonna type it in here. You can go to, I'm trying to type in here. Hold on one second. All right, there we go. This, you can go to connecttolee.com. All right, you go there and you'll take that process. The price on that software is only $47. So I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm saying here. Being able to build out unlimited funnels, being able to text message people, do text message marketing, being able to do email marketing, 1,000 text messages for free for $47. Okay. You can pull lists from PropStream. I saw someone say, can you pull lists from other places? You can pull lists from PropStream, LipSource, Melissa Data, wherever you want to get your data from, right? You can pull that from. Can you customize text? Yes, you can customize text messages. You absolutely can. What else? I'm trying to see. Cool. All right, and I'll show that there. So that's where you would go to if you wanted to get this software. So, oh, I'm sorry. I spelled that wrong. Jeez almighty. Did I? Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm good. So I want to just make sure. I want to take the time to see if you guys have any other questions about the process, what we're doing, and then I want to show you guys something that's really, really cool that we're doing. But if you do have questions, go ahead and put those questions in there now. While you're doing that, while you're formulating your questions, like I said, there's a little delay. What we're doing, and my partner on here, Rel, absolutely can replace that, Ramona. It definitely can replace Constant Contact. Email marketing, all that stuff. It can do all that. So what we're doing is this. If you go to connectedly.com, you'll see the price is $47 a month. All right. No contract. You cancel whatever you want to cancel. We want people there that want to be there. Okay. And this Saturday, if you join on this call, this Saturday, I am going to do I'm basically going to be an open book. We're going to do a private Zoom call on Saturday at 10 a.m. Okay. And what we're going to be doing is that I'm going to be peeling back the layers of how to set this thing up properly. And more importantly, how to make creatives that get people to engage with your contact. Your company. I'm literally going to walk you guys through how to set up your own Facebook ads, right? And the ads that I've done, that I've run thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars through to test to figure out which ones work the best. I'm going to show you how to do that. All right. So you got to do this now because we got to get things set up for you guys so that you can so you can have the link for the Zoom call on Saturday. Right now, if you go ahead and you get on with Connectedly, I'll get notified. And then we will update. We have to manually. This thing is so new. We're still working on it. We're still working out the kinks. By the end of the month, you'll be able to just join automatically. But right now, what's happening is once you add yourself and you pay, I have to manually update you into the system. So that we ask that you bear with us for about 24 hours for us to get you in the system. You'll be able to get into the system, see it, play around with it, do things. But on Saturday at 10 a.m., we're going to have a full blown out course to really show you the benefits and all the things. I don't want to take up the entire night here on this because I really want to get to questions. All right. Let me see. So Antoine said, how long should I make the filter days for failed listing date? So again, that depends on how close you want you want that. So if I'm looking for people who had the property for a long period of time, if I'm trying to find people that have been in the game for a little while, I'll push that out, right? Because I just want to see, hey, I'll push that out to, a couple of years. Okay. If I'm trying to find something that was just failed, right? Meaning that these people just got through this process. They're fresh in it. Like the wound, that wound is still fresh, right? Of them trying to sell their home for 6-7 months before and it failing, then I'll filter that in. What I would do is I would test that because different markets operate differently, like they work differently. So meaning that if you go to an area where it's very slow, you might want to push that out. You want to push that failed listing list out. But if you're in a very hot market, someone like myself is going to, like in Atlanta, for example, someone's going to pull that list. Somebody's going to be wise enough and smart enough to say, you know what, let me pull this list like regularly, right? And therefore, those properties might get gobbled up really quick, all right? Hope that answers your question. Cool. Jimmy Mason said, can you break down a real estate wholesale strategy? I literally just did that. I mean, you said one strategy, so I'm not sure what strategy specifically, but I literally just did a strategy of taking lists from PropStream and going after tired landlords. And I broke down exactly how to do that on PropStream live. And I showed, what you should be toggling on and off. I don't know if you were on there for that, Jimmy. Forgive me, man. Let me know. But that is a strategy. So if you want to be more specific on a specific strategy, let me know. But I mean, we could talk about, something as simple as going down to the courthouse when they open back up. And when they're a lot of people think that, when they are bidding on properties, that all the properties get gobbled up. No, there's a lot of properties that people don't buy for whatever reason. Okay. Those are properties that the owners still own. The county has not been able to sell it, right? No one bought it, right? And so you'll see that and you'll just mark those properties down. And then those are properties that you can go right to the homeowner on and say, hey, listen, your property was just up for auction. I'd like to make an offer on it. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of different strategies. So just do me a favor. If you have a specific strategy, let me know. What's going on? What's going on? Hi to you as well. So what we did, Ramona, I just know your name here because you come on before. So connectedly, so what we did is we licensed High Level and we pushed it into our own agenda. So we built out all the different campaigns and email sequences and all those different things. And we made the price cheaper because just for High Level alone, the basic one, like the bottom of the barrel one, is $97 a month. So, and then you're paying for your own skip tracing. Your own text messaging. So ours is because we license it and we pay a good amount of money to be able to do that. We're able to give a price break on it. What is the PropStream code? I believe I have that. I think I have that in my link in my bio on Instagram. Let me double check. Or I might have the one in for but if you go, it's I'll send it to you. Who asked that? I'll send it to you, Christy. I'll send it to you, but definitely something that you want to get if you don't already have. Is there a standard price per listing on PropStream? Per listing? No, there's just a flat rate of I think it's $99, and if you use my discount code, it's like $2 off. It's like $97 a month. So I'm not really sure. Edward, is there a standard price per listing on PropStream? Because you're not listing the property on PropStream. I just want to be clear on that. So maybe I'm reading into that question wrong. Stacy, yes, I'll make an exception for you, Stacy. Yes, you're good. Yep. So let me see. It is. I can't sign up until tomorrow. Okay, no problem. I get it. Ali, could you do a comp on commercial property? From Ali, are you talking about through PropStream? Can I do a comp on commercial property? I appreciate that, Youssef, man. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. We definitely, there's no need to be, there's just so much money out there, man. Like there's so many ways to do this real estate game. There's no need in hiding stuff. Right. Got it. Yes. Okay, cool. Yep. Just one flat monthly fee. Yep. So yes. So, Ali said, could you do a comp on commercial property? So yeah, if you know what you're looking for, but really, commercial property, man, you really have to understand that game, because there's residential commercial, there's industrial, there's so many different levels of commercial. So just grouping everything into commercial, you might have a 100-unit apartment complex. Well, that's technically anything over five units or more is commercial, right? So, and you might compare that to a warehouse, which is completely different, right? So you just really have to make sure that you're understanding that specific market and that type of property that you're trying to compare. So if there's a warehouse property in there and there's no other warehouses around there, that's going to be something where it's going to be a little more difficult to find a comp on. You're going to have to go out to the nearest next one. That nearest next one might be 5 miles away, right? And we all know through our residential stuff, we want to stay within a half mile. So if that thing is 5 miles away, you're probably going to need to get involved with a broker to do a broker's opinion on what that property is worth, right? And they'll be able to pull different data points that PropStream may or may not have. But if there's enough of that commercial type of a property in that general area, then you absolutely can pull it. So, for example, on warehouse space. So, for example, when I had a gym and I was doing I had a couple of them. One of them, I was doing a triple net lease on it, right? And so what they basically did, that one was an easy one to do because we were renting out a spot that was in a shopping mall. So I could literally look at and see what they were renting this other place for, or what did they rent this place for per square foot, okay? And then what they were responsible for, because on a triple net lease, you're responsible for the taxes, you're responsible for some of the general water. For me, like snow removal, because it was up in Jersey, you're responsible for some of those things. You share a piece of that, okay? But yeah, okay, so residential commercial. So if we're talking about residential commercial, I'll just skip to Ali's question there. So specifically, residential commercial, that's a lot easier for you to work with on PropStream, okay? Because most of the cities are going to have, more than one apartment complex, okay? And then you can just pull and see what they're doing. But really, you really want to do like a pro forma on that thing and really get some good numbers on it. So that would be your best bet. Cool. Anything else, guys? I'm waiting, just scrolling through, making sure I didn't miss anything. So one, before I move on, thing that I want to hit on, that me and my partner Terrell is on here, that we're working on. We're tired of like hearing the horror stories of people doing these like trying to either market on their own and don't really understand how to operate, a marketing company, because I'm telling you, you can waste a lot of money. It took me thousands of dollars to learn how to market on Facebook. I've lost a lot of money because I thought this was going to work and it doesn't work, right? And then I put $500 into a campaign and I get nothing, right? Or I get 2 leads and they don't ever pan out. Okay. No problem, Edward. No problem, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And so what we're doing is this. You can get the $47 thing. And like I said, this Saturday, we're going to go ahead and be an open book. We're going to peel back the layers. I'm going to show you my ads account. I'm going to show you how to build out the creatives. I'm going to show you the right words to say. I'm going to show you the copy that I'm using so that you can run at home and try to do it, right? There's going to be some people that are going to say, you know what? I don't want to do that. And I want to partner with me and Terrell's company. It's called Leads to Deals. And what we're doing is something that is so unique. I guess I don't know why no one else is doing it. Maybe some other people are doing it, but I just don't understand why nobody else is doing it. What we're doing is for it's $649, all right, $649. 47 of that is just going to the software, okay? The other $602 is not going to our pocket. Like, we're not making any money off of that. The other $602, we're going to take you specifically, like you're one-on-one, or probably in a small group, and we're going to create your ads for you, but with you. Okay. And we are going to set up your ads together. Okay. And then that 602 extra dollars is not going to mine or Leads to Deal or Terrell's pocket. That is literally going to your Facebook ads. So I'll make sure you guys understand that. All right. $649. Out of that, 47 is going to Connectly, to run the software, to run the text message marketing, all the other stuff, right? Yeah, that's true, Edward. We sure are. 600, that leaves $602, right? All this $602 is going to Facebook. Okay? Trackable. Like you're going to see it. Like you're going to be able to, okay, I spent $600 on Facebook. Here's what's unique about it. And here's what we're doing. We don't get paid, as Terrell likes to say, we don't get paid unless you get paid. Okay? Because what we're doing is we're going to partner together. This will be a JV. So this is really, really good for people. Vino Tough, I'm sorry, man, I missed your question. I'll get to it in 1 second. I'm just put it on the screen so I don't forget. What we're going to do is we're basically going to partner with you, and this is really good for people that are either new to marketing, right? Because like I said, you can bang your head up against the wall a lot with Facebook marketing and want to learn that, or new to wholesaling, or both, right? Because now you're taking all the guesswork out of this. We're setting this thing up for you. You're using your ad spend, and with your ad spend, you're going to be able to track that, and you're going to see the leads coming in. Now, we're going to have a JV agreement. So as you're walking through this process, we're not just going to be in the background. We're going to be working side by side. Our company Leads to Deals, and your company, whatever that is, XYZ Real Estate Company, XYZ Wholesale Company, whatever that is, we're going to be in a partnership together, which means it's in our best interest, because we're doing the work of creating the ad, helping you with your ads and creating the ads and doing all that stuff, and then mentoring for that time frame. It's in our best interest that you close deals, right? But when you close deals, what we're saying is that we're going to do a 50-50 partnership with you once you close deals, okay? Once you close 3 of those deals, that 50-50 goes down to a 20%. And now we're running our marketing. We're running your marketing for you. And then you're getting 80% of it, which means we're going to, sorry, this thing is starting to flare up there. I think you guys get the point. We're going to run your marketing for you. Okay. So you don't have to do that. We're going to put our virtual assistant in place, so you don't have to do that. All right. Once we get to that 20% part. Okay. Once we get to that part, we have now have enough revenue coming in where now we're running your marketing for you. We got virtual assistants that you're not worried about, that are calling you, setting up appointments, and so on and so forth. And our goal is to help you make money and essentially partner with you and have these partnerships all across the country. Okay. So our goal, just like Keller Williams has a franchise, and they have Keller Williams here in Buckhead, they have Keller Williams in Cincinnati, Ohio, they have Keller Williams in Chicago, they have all these Keller Williams shops. We don't want to take over your company. We just want to be partners with you in driving traffic to you, but we only want to do that with people that we know, we trust, and that can handle the business. Because I promise you, once you start to open up the floodgates, these leads start to come in, and I don't want to deal with someone who's just, I think I want to wholesale, and they don't really understand that this thing actually takes some work, right? Because then we're just spending even though that $600 you're spending from back there, that $602 is your money, but I'm spending, and Terrell's spending, and our team is spending time, effort, which is money, on nurturing that and helping you get through those deals, right? So it's a big commitment for us. So we need to make sure that the people that we deal with that are hand selected, we're not going to take anybody to do this because, quite frankly, if you're not the right fit, if you're not a go-getter, if you're not going to go ahead and stay up and make the calls in the beginning until you have gotten to the point where we can offload those calls and then we're handling the calls for you, it's just not going to be a good fit. But if you're a go-getter, if you're like, you know what, I know Facebook marketing, I can still do wholesaling the way I'm typically doing it, but I want to do it with, I want to learn this Facebook marketing thing, or I want to have a company that's ethical, that's going to open the books up to me. It's going to show me every single thing where every single dollar is accounted for. If that's the type of company you want to work with, go ahead and click on the link on Connectedly. You'll see it's one of the other ones that you can pick out, and then you can go ahead and join for that. Okay. Let us know if you got any other questions about that. We'll answer those questions while we're on the call here. We got about 5 more minutes, and we're gonna start to figure this thing out. So let me get back to Vino. Is Deal Machine better or PropStream? So they're starting to kind of compete with themselves. All right. I think for what Deal Machine does, because Deal Machine was specifically designed for a driving for dollars, they do that better. All right. PropStream was specifically designed to aggregate data to be a national level MLS service. Okay. And because of that, they do that better. Now, PropStream also has an ability to send out postcards, right? Like Deal Machine does. Okay. Deal Machine has now started to pull in the capability of uploading lists, right? But that's not where they originally started. That's not really where they originally hung their hat at. So to ask, is it better than PropStream? It depends. If you're talking about strictly pulling lists, I would go with PropStream. If you're talking about being able to drive for dollars more efficiently and then highlight, I don't know if you guys know, but you can on Deal Machine, you can actually use Deal Machine to only see the houses that are absentee owner, right? There's a filter for that. Okay. So to me, that's better than what you get from PropStream. So I personally have both, right? I personally have both because I see the value in both of them, right? If I didn't have a budget for both, which one would I pick? That's tough. I'm really partial to driving for dollars because that's where I got my first deal. That's where I got my first, probably 15, 20 deals was driving for dollars. Knowing what I know now, that's tough, man. Because knowing what I know and just the way my business is set up now, I would have PropStream because I'm not driving for dollars as much. PropStream also is $47, I believe, and Deal Machine is $47 or $49, and PropStream is like 99 or 97. So, I don't know. It just really depends on what you want to use. I hope that, man, I know that you're probably like, man, shut up. It didn't even make any sense, but I hope that gave you some clarity. Appreciate that, man. No problem, Ollie. No problem. Yeah, we are, man. We're definitely going to open their eyes. If we sign up with Connectedly, how do we continue to run our Facebook ads? If we did it with high level, will the Saturday class be recorded? If we can, yes. So the Saturday class will be recorded. If you can't make it, but I highly suggest you try to make it because that way I can answer questions live for you. You might have a question that nobody asked for. But I get it if you have to go to work. The basics of how to set it up and how to do all those things, that would definitely be there. All right. So yes, Edward, the answer is yes, that's correct. No VAs for the first 3 deals. VAs cost money. I know you know that. But yeah, so and it's also a very good indication to see the person's work ethic and are they going to actually push through calling these people, right? Because then once we take that on the back end, The reason why we want that, we just want to make sure that we're working with somebody who's really about not just being selfish about them growing, because we're giving everything. Like we're like, honest, like the connectedly only is making $47, right? On the front end. So we're giving everything up front. So on the back end, we just want to see, are you going to be dedicated to the process, or are you just going to, are we paying for the VAs and then, that first site you split? So that's the whole point of that. I hope I answered that question, man. Let me see. When do we pay the $649 once you select a person to work with? Also, how do I sign up with Connectly with you and not just with Connectly? Connectly is with me. So I own Connectly. So that is my company, Stacy. Stacy, you're already on our program, so I know for a fact you're good. You're good to go. It's just most of it. So some of you people that I know on here, like I know Ollie, Edward's already doing it. Antoine, like some of you guys already know. But the reason why I say we're not just picking anybody, because if someone else that we didn't know did it, and we interviewed them and it's not a good fit, I'll just send them their money back. Like I said, we're not going to make the money on it anyway. If you think about the logic, like we make $47, and that's just from using Connectly. So the remaining amount, it's not my money anyway. It's going to Facebook. Cool. All right. So I think we wrap this thing up, man. I think we got any questions. I also want you guys to understand, again, every Wednesday we're going to be doing this. We're not always going to be talking about software. Last week we talked about subject twos for a good amount of time. If you have deals, if you have things that you're working on, trust me, I'm not trying to steal your deal. If you want to make up an address, I don't care. I don't need your deal, right? If you have questions on, hey, this is what's happening, my seller said this, or the closing attorney said that. I've done enough closings. I've done enough properties where I could probably help you out with some of this stuff. All right. So if you're interested in that stuff, every Wednesday at 7 p.m., we're going to be doing these YouTube lives where you can hop on here, and this is free game. I'm complete open book. So you just got to bring the questions so we can help you out on that. All right. Let me see what Terrell said. He said we're implementing more services for the partnership program as well. Yep. So this is a really good point. We're a better beta testing, which is why it's limited seats right now. Because I'm not doing any marketing on this. I'm not doing any Facebook marketing as far as the 649 thing. We might throw some marketing next week behind the actual, just the Connectly thing. But we're not going crazy with this because we want quality people, man. It's just, I can't emphasize that. It's on 10 a.m. Tiffany, 10 a.m. on Saturday, and it's a live Zoom call. The Zoom call will go out Friday night. It'll be late Friday night because I don't want to have to keep sending out Zoom calls if someone joins at the last second. So don't flood actually, you know what? The Zoom call will go out Saturday morning just in case someone joins at the last second. So I don't have to keep doing it because I just want to send it out and that's it. All right. Don't flood and ask me, when is Zoom coming out? It's going to come out on Saturday. Trust me, I'm not going to forget, right? I've blocked off like half the Saturday for it. So don't worry about that. All right. I promise you will get the Zoom call if you are on that list. All right, everybody, man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This was talking about how to use software to scale, man, to stop having to, beat yourself up and only really just talk. I just want to talk to people who want to sell. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I don't want to talk to everybody. I just want to talk to people that want to sell. And if you want to sell, I want to talk to you. Then I want to skip that whole other process and just get to that. All right. Cool. All right. Appreciate you guys, man. You guys have a blessed one. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to grab something to eat. Love y'all. Be safe. Peace.